Hey all, out here with the good old police interceptor again, as you can see in the remnants of their lettering. I'm actually very anal about paint. In fact, over here is my 2007 Honda Odyssey, and for a 2007 family hauler, paint's still in pretty great shape and shines. So I do like to take care of paint. Now, I want to try and see, can I get this thing looking better? By no means am I expecting this thing to look, fabulous, right? I mean, it's got deep, good old like gashes and everything, but the one thing is that I notice about this car is most of the police interceptors I looked at, they didn't even have the clear coat. This has actually got it all except for a little spot on the hood. The roof. So let's see if we can compound it some and give it a little wax job and just see. Just going to do the hood and go over these good old impressions from police. See if we can get them out. So going to start off using products by Griot's Garage. I'm a big fan of theirs. Use a lot of their stuff. So I'm going to use some stuff called foaming surface prep first, which will just help get a lot of the contaminants out. I'm then going to use a synthetic clay bar of theirs to clay it, and then I'm going to compound it. Going to use their Boss fast correcting cream. And we'll be using a dual action orbital sander, well, not sander, polisher, and let's just see what we can do here, see if we can get it looking a little better. Anyway, let's get started. So first thing, I'm gonna hit the hood in the front here because I ripped the front license plate off. North Carolina, we don't require them and I hate them. But anyway, years of grime and other fun stuff. But anyway, I'm going to hit the front here and the hood with my pressure washer. I have an electric pressure washer, only like 1900, 2000 PSI. It is nothing insane. I am not looking to make car parts go flying and paint come flying off. But anyway, I'm going to rinse it off with a 15-degree nozzle. And then I'm going to hook it up to my foam cannon that's got the foaming surface prep in it. I'm going to let that dwell for about 10 minutes. This stuff is pretty acidic. It's going to strip off lots of nasty environmental crap, as well as, any waxes or anything like that. But you know what? This car has no wax. It's not smooth at all. So anyway, let's start with that. And then I'll follow it up just with after it dwells, just going to do a quick wash over it. And then dry it off, and then we can get to clay. Alright, did the foaming surface wash, washed that off, gave it a quick wash, got that off, and it's dry. Paint wise now, really nothing on it. It's still rough, which is not surprising. You put your hands over it, you can feel contaminants, so I'm going to clay it. Cool thing is Griot's Garage, they sell this synthetic one. It's actually kind of great. It's just kind of like this weird rubber knobby pad. But the nice thing about it, if you ever used a real clay bar before, you drop it, you're kind of screwed because it's going to pick up rocks and stuff, and then you're going to put on your paint and you're going to scratch and stuff like that. So This guy, if you do drop it, you just go run it under some water and voila. So it works pretty well. So any of you that have watched detailing videos out there in the past, I figured I'd try a square just like they do. And I've included the good old police. So my one daughter won't be yelling, police, police anymore. It's kind of sad, but anyway, let's see if we can get rid of it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to prime this guy a little bit. And I'm going to wet our square with what I got here is Speed Shine. It's a quick detailer. It acts as a lubricant, so you don't want to be putting a clay bar or this guy even over the paint dry, because what you'll end up doing is just marring your finish and kind of making things worse for yourself. So what I'm going to do is going to work in a crosshatch pattern here. And already, like right here that I've done, he's a heck of a lot smoother, and I can tell. I mean, there's no resistance at all on it. So it's lifting pieces of like iron and other type of fallout crap you got from acid rain. And this car is loaded with everything, so let's get down here. Hood feels really good. This guy's still feeling a little rough, but he might also be from the letters. Anyway, so take a microfiber towel, kind of just dry this guy out. The hood feels great. It feels actually like glass, which is what we're after. So we're not, when we go and compound and everything, you know, we're dealing just with a nice, flat, all crap removed surface. So we're just dealing with the imperfections, you know, in the paint, and not crap that was on it that can be removed. So same thing with painting. Prep is your biggest benefit, but that feels great. I mean, here, like it's not even squealing anymore. I'm gonna hit this again, but I can kind of feel that just might be the way that is, because they've really marred it up and stuff. They basically, looks like they just took a razor blade and went to town on the poor car. It feels pretty good. I feel some stuff over here, but oh, it's actually coming up. Let's give it a little whirl again. I find this to be very satisfying claying a car. Just, it's amazing how you get even the oldest and crappiest of surfaces just to feel nice and smooth. I think I'm dealing with some adhesive. Let me just scratch it off some. Compound actually might take that off. I think we're as good as we're going to get it, but this hood feels great. All right, let's compound it. Alright, now to compound this and do some paint correction. So what I'm using is, got a dual action random, or sometimes called random orbital polisher. Nice thing about these guys is they spin in multiple ways, and the cool thing about it, if it was just to spin, kind of directly on the paint, and not kind of have some free flowingness to it, it would actually burn your paint and you would be causing more problems. You could possibly burn all the way, through the paint and down to the primer or worse. What pad I got on it is a microfiber pad, very, very stiff. It is meant for moving, defects from paint. And I'm going to be using Griot's Garage Fast Correcting Cream. Really like this stuff, very easy to work with. It's meant to, really get out some good imperfections. I'm actually going to start on the hood itself up here. I'm going to do down here last for grins to see how that comes out. But I'm going to do some initial passes. First I'll start the machine off, just doing, at a low powered speed just to kind of get the product all on. And then I'm going to push it up to maybe, it goes up to speed 6. This one's a pretty torquey machine, it's very nice. Probably going to get it up to, maybe 5 or maybe 6. But I'm going to start out at 5 and go back and forth and then see how it looks. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get the product kind of like primed on the pad, called buttering. Nice thing about these is they've got like this rounded thing that kind of helps, the rounded top. So, rule of thumb though with detailing is a little goes a long way. Too much usually will cause you more problems, especially when you're using one of these. You kind of don't want to get the pad overloaded with too much product and it's saturated with it, and things just become more of a disastrous mess. Some on the outside here. Like I said, I'm going to just start off doing some passes, and then I'll take the product off with a microfiber towel. I don't want to let it dry. This isn't a wax. Most compounds you don't, but got my trusty microfiber towel. This guy right here, I don't think you can see. This is a pad conditioning brush. I'll use this in between a couple passes to actually put the machine like on 2 and run it and kind of just go back and forth. That helps, get the dried out stuff in and kind of basically, gets the microfiber kind of ready to go again. So it's just not drenched in old product and not doing anything. So I'll start out. I'm going to put the cord over my shoulder here just to kind of keep it out of the way. You kind of don't want to get it on the paint. You could potentially mar it. So anyway, like I said, we're not looking for a show class finish here. It's not going to become a garage queen by any means, but let's see what happens. So I'm going to start off on 1, and I'm going to boost it up to 5, and I'm going to work slowly back and forth, applying some even pressure. But mainly the nice thing about these is you're not doing it by hand. You're letting the machine do the work, and that's why you got these. So. All right, I'm going to go up to 5. Kind of overlap a little bit. So this would be considered one pass. I'm going to come down the other way. See how we did.
we still have, you know, there's some deep ones, you know. Swirl wise, we actually got out all the swirls, so it definitely did a decent first pass. Trying to see if there's some smaller guys. There are some like hairline ones. I think that we can get out here, you know, more aggressive, which I've never done. You could obviously go using some wet sanding, which I have not done and do not want to do on this car and learn. But anyway, definitely a lot better. So I'm going to do another pass, see how it looks. I won't bore you with that though.
Alright, so this is after my second pass, but let's just give you a comparison. So come up here, you know, kind of bleh. You know, hand wise, you know, I could see my hand in it. Let's come down. Looking pretty good. Let's see if you can see my reflection there. You know, here. Let's move over here. You know, definitely hazy. You know, we still have, you know, zoom in a little, some little minor scratches. There's, you know, some little things here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, you know, take the machine and kind of concentrate on those on a higher one and kind of get the tip of the pad kind of pushing a little bit and see, can I get these up? And if not, that's fine. Like, you know, again, not a garage clean, but heck of a lot better, and it's smooth as glass. So at least give her something to show off about after her years of service. And then again, we'll get down here, do him last. One thing too, you know, when you go on to another section, you're going to want to put more product obviously on. You don't want to be buttering it all up again. It's just 3 or 2 small dots. That's all you need. And as you can kind of see now, like everything's kind of matted down. So that's where I'm going to use the brush and kind of get everything back up. So let me do that now. So you can kind of see after using my brush, everything is kind of back up again on this. So again, I don't want to use a lot of product. And already I kind of feel that this is kind of wet. So we're not doing, you know, kind of said, you know, 2x2 spots. I generally will go bigger, sometimes like 3x3. But so right here, I'm just going to, I'm going to spread the product out and just kind of like I said, I'm going to move it up to speed 6, which is the max and maximum power, and see if we can get some more things out. As good as I'm going to get it. Some things came up a little bit, but some things are just real, obviously things that are real deep down. But heck, she's a lot better than what it was. Alright, I'm going to hit the bottom here now. See what we can do. Alright, let's see what we can do to the police. Again, just going to use a couple drops here. All right, here we go. off full power. I'm gonna hit this a few times. I can still see the impressions, but let's see how we're getting. Looking pretty good. I can still make out police. Let me see if I can get those out. I'll work on this some more, and I'll show you guys what's left. How do we make out? Not bad. You could still faintly see police if you look at it the right way, but the reason I believe those are still showing up, because you don't feel them, is because that paint hasn't been exposed in probably 10 plus years, probably close to 11. So definitely feels a lot better. And there we could see a line right there. But so now, you know, an important part, you don't stop now. So, you know, if this was a car that maybe I wanted to do a little more to and really get the shine out, had a lot better, you know, paint's in a lot better condition, you know, I'd probably go and polish it now. But the most important thing is to get a protectant on it. I'm just going to use Griot's Polywax. I do eventually want to try, you know, some ceramic coating. You know, this car would be perfect for it, sitting outside. But anyway, need to get this protected because basically there's no wax on it right now, so rain or anything else would just screw it all up again. Anyway, gonna do that. Pretty straightforward with the buffer. You kind of can, nice thing is you could actually do the whole car, let it dry. We're not going to do that now since obviously I've only done this part, but let me go ahead and do that. I'm going to do it with the buffer. Not going to show it to you, but with that I'm going to use a waxing pad on it, which is very soft, and I'm going to let it dry. I'll buff it off and then come back to you guys with the tape off and we can kind of see what's different. All right, moment of truth here. I'm gonna do this while holding the phone, so excuse shakiness, but got myself another different clean microfiber towel. I've let the wax sit for about 15 minutes or so, so it's dry. Comes off easy, this stuff, which is great. And I'm pretty impressed. It's looking good. All right, let's get the tape off. All I can say is what a difference. So here we are over here, shady. Bleh. Let me get in a little closer. And then let's go over across the line. Got some depth, glossy, smooth as a baby's bottom, and looks way better. Yeah, we still have some gashes and stuff, but you know what? Looks all right. Really can't make out the police anymore. So, sorry, Mackenzie, but it'll have to do. Anyway, I will take I'm going to do the rest of the hood later. It's supposed to get some more snow again. North Carolina's been on a tear here. So, I'm going to do the rest of the hood, maybe get the fenders in the front done too, since I did actually surface prep that. But I definitely at least want to do the top here. And then another day we'll do the rest of the car. So this I actually used Goo Gone to get it off. Worked out fairly well. So hope you found this interesting. I actually enjoy you know, waxing, compounding, paint correction. Can be time consuming even with a machine, but the results always speak to themselves. So like I said before, prep is king. So better you prep your surface, the better your results will be. So till later, thanks all, bye.